Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 17 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. First of all, sorry for the lack of uploads over the weekend. I was busy competing in the GEICO Invitational, the tournament that I was talking about for the past couple of episodes or so. And if you haven't seen that already, it was a really fun tournament. I'm probably going to do some post-game analysis on all the battles that I played in that tournament. It was a real honor to be part of, and I played some incredible players like Seija and Enosh, Shoma in the finals, and of course, Dan A-Drive, who had an incredible performance throughout the event. So, yeah, once the VODs are up, I will probably just offer some commentary and my thoughts, and you guys can watch the battles here on my channel. If you're interested in the teams that were used in the tournament, check out the link in the description below. I ended up finishing second, losing to Shoma Honami in the finals, using the same team that I brought to the Anaheim Regional Championships, and I actually really wanted to try out Shoma's team on Road to Ranked because I ended up not having time to build a new team for Road to Ranked, and Shoma's team is definitely one of the most creative and well-built ones that I've seen all season. So if you guys are interested in Shoma, you can check him out in the description below. I've linked his Twitter. He is, of course, the 2015 World Champion. He won Japanese Nationals that year as well, and truly one of the best players ever to play the game. And I think it's pretty cool because 2015, everyone, was just looking at his team choice and they were commenting on how it was like chalk and it was relatively standard, but here Shoma came to this tournament and blew everyone's minds away with a really neat team with a lot of cool picks like Pheromosa, Drifblim, Magnezone, to say the least, and all with very unique sets as well. So, yeah. We are just going to look for our first opponent of the day. It's going to be Makio from Florida with a rating of 1674. As always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please share support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it. In addition, go check out the new series that I uploaded yesterday called the National Gym Choir. It's a talk show series, and yesterday's episode covered how to improve at VGC in general. So, let's see. My opponent's team looks kind of similar to mine in the sense that we're both relatively offensive. And I think that bodes a little bit better for me. Now, I do have Drifblim, and Drifblim is actually pretty solid here, so I think I'm going to bring it. Because with Drifblim and Tapu Lele, I immediately put on pressure. Magnezone's tempting here because of the Lele, the Feeny, and the Mandibuzz. And this Lele is really slow, so it often gets Psychic Terrain up first. I think Gyarados is very essential here due to Intimidate. For the last one, I actually really like Pheromosa here. So, Magnezone and Garchomp you could both make a really good case for, but with Intimidate on my opponent's team and Garchomp being pretty slow, we'll probably match Tailwinds here. And if we do match Tailwinds, then because I have Pheromosa, that gives me upper edge. So, yep, it's going to be Lele and Drifblim going first, and this is the lead that Shoma went with most of the tournament. Magnezone is mainly used a little bit more against Trick Room teams because of its Z move, and also counters Tapu Fini pretty well. I think you could definitely make a case for it here, but I'm not too familiar with playing with that yet. So, yep, this lead allows you to basically get Tailwind up guaranteed because, as we see the Lele and the Mandibuzz lead from my opponent's end, because the Drifblim will eat the Psychic Seed, and then Unburden will go up. So, my opponent's Lele's Psychic Surge goes up first. It's not too much of a surprise. And I will be able to, raise my special defense here. So it looks like he's Psychic Seed as well. That's not too much of a surprise, which is pretty funny though. Okay. So I could go for a Tailwind immediately. Kind of want to double up into Lele here. Mandibuzz isn't a huge threat to me, especially with Gyarados in the back. I think Lele is a pretty big threat to me. So, I really want to Shadow Ball and Moonblast, but I think I'll Tailwind in case he Tailwinds to try to match it. And I'll, just Moonblast into Tapu Lele. We could see a Protect from his Lele, but that would be fine with me. Nope, no Protects, okay. So, even if Mandibuzz sets up Drifblim, or Mandibuzz sets up Tailwind, he just goes for a Psychic there, yep. But with the Psychic Seed, wow, I take that decently well. Moonblast here should do a decent chunk to the Lele. Hopefully put it in Shadow Ball KO range, because it is Choice Vexed. Yeah, that is a good amount. And he's going to go for the Tailwind as well. So I'll take that. Because now I can simply Shadow Ball into Lele. And this Drifblim is actually rather offensive. And just launch a Moonblast into Mandibuzz. And the advantage here is that my Drifblim, I think, puts on a little bit more pressure than my opponent's Mandibuzz does. You also have Will-O-Wisp in case. I suppose I can't burn anything. It helps against Garchomp if Garchomp does come in the back. So, yeah. Drifblim's going to outspeed Lele because of its ability on Burden, and Drifblim actually got top 4 at the Anaheim Regional Championships last weekend. I actually lost to the player who was using it, really smart player. Yep, no switch outs or anything, so I will just get the Shadow Ball. Hopefully it can pick up the knockout from that range, as it does. Great. Which I think Shadow Ball Drifblim is so clever because it actually does significant damage. We don't see any switch outs here, so he will eat this Moonblast that's Choice Specs boosted, and that still does a ton of damage, jeez. And he just launches a Foul Play. I might be able to survive this, I'm not sure. No, unfortunately not, but that's okay. Because what this means is a free switch in into my Gyarados, which presumably an Intimidator will be coming out from my opponent's end right now. I've got Pheromosa to close out the game. We do see Garchomp come in, which I am more than happy to see. For a bunch of reasons. One, because I get the Intimidate off immediately against him, which means he can't knock me out with any attack, really. And two, Gyarados appreciates going up against Garchomp as long as Garchomp doesn't flinch it with Rock Slide. Don't even know if my opponent has Rock Slide here. But I think I'm going to Moonblast safely into Mandibuzz because I do have Pheromosa in the back. And what that means is I can just Ice Beam into Garchomp later on. And I don't want Mandibuzz getting a Foul Play against my Gyarados. But I guess the worst case here is if he Rock Slides and flinches my Lele. Otherwise, he shouldn't have a way to knock out my Lele. Shoma's Lele is incredibly defensive. But looks like he's just going for the Z move, which I'm okay with, because at -1 and with Lele's bulk, I should be able to survive this. Which means I should also be able to get the knockout onto the Mandibuzz, and I should be able to get my Dragon Dance off. Although, maybe it would have been better to actually just attack there. We'll see. Unless he crits Tectonic Reacher, that would be quite bad. Hopefully not. Although I guess I'm giving a free switching into Pheromosa, which isn't the end of the world. Yeah, Lele hangs on. Gyarados will get the Dragon Dance off, so now it's at +1. If Arcanine's in my opponent's last one, I'd be okay with that, because I get to sack the Lele, basically. And Pheromosa would be able to come in for free. Pheromosa has Focus Sash, and the other clever thing about this team is that with the Psychic Terrain, you can't Extreme Speed, so Pheromosa is protected a little bit more from that. So, yeah, first couple turns playing out how I've wanted it to. Can't be too sad about that. Drifblim putting in work with that Tailwind, and we do see Arcanine in the back, which is quite good to see. Unless he's Wild Charge, actually. That would be bad. I'm kind of worried about that now. But I am faster with the Dragon Dance. And Tailwind's about to expire. Yeah, I'm gonna just protect here and launch a Moonblast into Garchomp. If he doesn't use Wild Charge, then I'll feel pretty comfortable. But I want the free switch into Pheromosa, because Pheromosa plus Gyarados will outspeed Garchomp and Arcanine on my opponent's end. Oh. That's smart. Did he let me Moonblast him? Oh, that's so smart. Wow, that was really well played. I did not consider that option. Okay, what item does he have? Is he Life Orb? Doesn't say. So, I've got Pheromosa with Ice Beam, which just one-shots the Garchomp. The only issue is Terrain's running out soon. I'm going to Waterfall. And I'm going to Ice Beam Chomp. Chomp protecting here would be very obvious. Ah, it does. But I just, thought... Oh, well, we'll see. I do have the Sash. On Pheromosa. Oh, Arcanine gets knocked out by Waterfall anyway. Okay, good. I wasn't too sure about that, but I figured it was more offensive Arcanines, which, even with the Intimidate, this Gyarados is super offensive. So, yep. That basically seals up the deal. That was pretty scary there. But if I doubled up into Arcanine and Garchomp just attacked, and Arcanine protected, then I would lose the game, because he presumably has extreme speed. Comes down to what Garchomp's last attack is, actually, because I don't know if it could solo against the Gyarados. But yeah, I'm just going to Dragon Dance and Ice Beam here. Ice Beam should pick up the knockout anyway, even if it doesn't, there's no way he can win this, because Pheromosa has the Focus Sash. That was a scary game, though, for sure, but I feel like my lead matchup just was a little bit better. And we do see a lot of Mandibuzzes running around now, but Drifblim kind of does what it does, but a little bit better. Ice Beam does pick up that one-hit knockout, and Garchomp will faint, so we do pick up a win for our very first game with Shoma's team. Really fun team to use. I'm already enjoying it. I played, one game off-screen just beforehand to get the hang of it. And I think I understand it, but it's really clever. The Lele Drifblim combination, Shoma just, swept through the tournament with. And he only brought out Magnezone against me in the very end. And Magnezone's a very clever Pokemon against the more bulky Trick Room and slow teams that are around in the metagame right now. So, hopefully I get to use that as well, because I think it's a really, really cool pick. It's so clever because it utilizes the Electric Z move, but it also has Sturdy. So, it essentially has two items all in one. And has Magnet Rise, too, which is very, very interesting. So, yep, just going to look for our second opponent of the day. Let's see who we find. Yeah, otherwise, it was huge that Drifblim was able to get that Shadow Ball against Lele. Knocking out Lele early on was really important. My Lele outspeeding Mandibuzz, and, basically ignoring the Psychic Seed was also really important, because I was able to 2-hit knock out the Mandibuzz anyway. And like, Drifblim basically provided a little bit more utility because I knew it was faster. And with Gyarados and Pheromosa in the back, I felt pretty comfortable. But we're going to find a 1750 rated opponent from Japan, running a kind of rain-oriented team with Pelipper, Golduck, Garchomp, Arcanine, Celesteela, and the Vikavolt. Okay. So, this is interesting. I actually don't know my speed tiers with Drifblim after Psychic Seed activates. I'd assume he's faster with Pelipper Golduck, which is a concern. I kind of want to lead Magnezone here, because Magnezone pressures the Rain lead immediately. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this matchup, weather-wise, because I feel like my opponent's going to bring Rain. Maybe I should just go Lele Drifblim, because actually with Psychic Seed, I probably just survive and can Tailwind. But let's say he wants just to Water Him Z-move into my Lele. The Golduck's just a concern here. Yeah, this is scary. I'm not going to bring Garchomp. Magnezone. Pheromosa would be so nice here, but kind of like Gyarados a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to go with these. I don't know how this is going to play out, though, because I feel like the Rain's going to come from my opponent. If the Rain doesn't come, then that's actually really solid for me, because I'll be able to pressure with Tailwind immediately. But my fear is that Golduck's just really speedy, naturally, because of its ability in the Rain. And my opponent can match my Tailwind. So this team relies on outspeeding you, so I have to try to knock out Golduck immediately. And that might be tricky because I'm using Lele here. And he could just Water Him Z into me. So I'm not sure about this. Oh, we see Garchomp Pelipper. Oh, okay, nice. We take those. That's really solid, actually. For a bunch of reasons. I can switch immediately out into my Gyarados. I kind of want to Will-O-Wisp the Garchomp here, honestly. Yeah, so the abilities activate there. Not too much of a surprise. Yeah, I'm going to switch out into Gyarados here. And I think I'm actually going to... Yeah, I want to Will-O-Wisp Garchomp here. Because if Garchomp is burned, then it has a significantly harder time in this matchup, especially doing damage to my team. Pelipper's damage output isn't that great to begin with, especially with the Psychic, or the Special Defense boost from Drifblim. So I don't want, like, I also am switching out Lele out of fear from a Z move of Garchomp. And Drifblim is in a pretty good position as it is right now, so no switch outs from my opponent's end, evidently. Maybe Pelipper switching, but I think you'd stay in if you were Pelipper here. So as long as there's no Rock Slide flinches here, I like where this is going. Hitting Will-O-Wisp would be helpful. Nice. So Will-O-Wisp will connect with Garchomp. Most Garchomps aren't Lone Berried, so hopefully this one isn't. And he just Poison Jabs. Perfect. So Gyarados won't be taking too much here. And, crits me. I need to set up Tailwind, but that's fine. Yeah, I'll take that turn. Because now what I can do is... Well, one, I burn Garchomp, which is really important. The crit was unfortunate, but with the Citrus Berry, I don't think it should matter too much. Now what I can do is simply go for a Dragon Dance and set up a Tailwind of my own. This is one thing that Shoma did really well in the tournament. He would always, like, not set up Tailwind immediately, because let's say we both Tailwinded there, it would kind of be a waste of a turn for me, because his Garchomp should outspeed me anyway. So, Garchomp switches out, which is great. Like, I can capitalize off this fully, and it is going to be Golduck coming in, but I'm okay to see that, because the Rain is running down on my opponent's team. So I will match my opponent's Tailwind, and Gyarados should be able to outspeed Pelipper. Dealing with Golduck's still going to be tricky, though. He's going to go for the Scald. Oh, he's fishing for the burn, isn't he? Please don't get it. It is going to proc my Citrus Berry. I think that means he didn't get it, right? If the berry activates first. Yeah, nice. And I get the Dragon Dance off, so that's very good. So, if I can stall out Tailwind, I mean, that's obviously good. I also outspeed him now. To be honest, I might just double up into Pelipper here. Because I outspeed now, so I can just Shadow Ball and Waterfall. If I eliminate Pelipper, then he won't have the Rain boost after I knock it out. Golduck might use the Z move, and Golduck protects. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, great. So I was fearing Pelipper protecting, but I figured he would think, you know, I'm a little bit more scared of the Golduck right now, and that Shadow Ball does so much damage. So at +1, with Rain Boost, I think Gyarados should be able to just knock out Pelipper. So fortunate double target from me there. Does finish up the deal. That's so good for me because my opponent wasted a turn of Tailwind, and Rain's about to expire like in a couple of turns. So now Golduck's going to be a little bit more useless, obviously, once Rain does expire. So we see Vikavolt come in for my opponent. That's obviously a pretty big threat to go up against. Let's see. So Rain and last turn of Tailwind for my opponent's end. Rain's about to expire. I think my goal. Who's a bigger threat right now? I'm afraid of a Thunderbolt into Gyarados, obviously. I think I'm more afraid of Vikavolt. You know, I might just double up into Vikavolt here, because it's definitely a bigger threat. Yeah, I'm going to do that, because I got Magnezone in the back. And he doesn't protect with either, which is good. I don't know if I can knock out Vikavolt here. But let's see. I'm going to guess that's Assault Vested. He is going for the Water MZ. Ooh, that could be bad if he's targeting Gyarados, because that might knock Gyarados out. I should have probably protected there. Alright, let's see. It's probably going to go into Gyarados, honestly. No Drifblim. Okay, I think I should survive this at +1 special defense. I sure hope so. Wow. Huh, I underestimated the power of that. I don't know if Waterfall can knock out Vikavolt right now. Oh, it gets a crit. That might have mattered, honestly, which I feel a little bit bad about. I probably should have double protected last turn. Actually, sorry, I don't have protect there. Yeah. I think that probably mattered. It was at +1, and it was rain boosted, though, so I'm not exactly sure. Tailwind does expire on my opponent's end, so Lele should just be able to come in now. Let's say he Thunderbolted and knocked me out. Then I get a free switch into Lele and Magnezone, and because he's burned, I feel like Lele could still just close out the game. But, yeah, I don't know the damage calcs on Gyarados' Waterfall there. But, I believe Tailwind's still up, right? Yeah. Garchomp is not a threat to me at all, so I'm just going to double up. Could Dazzling Gleam, but yeah, I'm just going to double up in Golduck. No Protect either, which is really good. I don't know. Based off seeing how much damage that did to Golduck, I'm thinking maybe I could have survived. I don't think Hydro Pump knocks out Lele here either due to how bulky I am. Yeah. Yeah. With Garchomp being burned, I don't think my opponent has any outs at this point. I guess unless he has Swords Dance. Oh, he does have Rock Slide. Fortunately, Gyarados avoids it too. Yeah, that doesn't even two-shot Lele. And because I'm faster, I outspeed him even after Tailwind expires. And I've got the focus or the sturdy on Magnezone. So definitely got some luck here and there, but I'm not sure it mattered too much. I could have played a little bit better though, honestly. So not like that content with it. But yeah, no, I'm gonna set up another Dragon Dance actually. He basically has to continuously Rock Slide flinch me, but I've got Magnezone with Sturdy in the back, so I just need to free switch it into Magnezone to get that Flash Cannon off. Yep, he's gonna Rock Slide again. If he doesn't flinch Lele, it's game over right there. Even if he does, should still be fine. Oh, it looks like it's Scarf Chomp actually, because he's faster, even after the Dragon Dance. Yeah, so Scarf Chomp burn can't do anything, it's Magnezone in the back. That explains why he didn't go for like a Z move in the first turn either way. So Lele will get the Moonblast off. I should be able to knock out the Garchomp, as it does. Nice. So we pick up 2 wins. The first one, I was pretty happy about this one. I think could have been a little bit cleaner. I, once again, don't know my calcs against Vikavolt. I was at +1, and it was stab boosted and rain boosted, but I feel like maybe it could have hung on with a little bit of HP. But seeing that it was Scarf Chomp in the back, I think I should have been able to close out anyway, because Vikavolt's slower than Lele, so Lele can just come in. And yeah. It would have been close. I think it would have been closer. But yeah, we end up winning both of us. I'm going to be alerting with the team, obviously, as I go along with it. But if you guys are interested in this team or any of the teams that the players use in the GEICO Invitational this weekend, once again, check out the link in the description below. It's got QR codes for all the teams and EV spreads and whatnot. And yeah, I assume this team is going to pick up steam pretty soon because it had such a dominant performance in the GEICO Invitational. And I think it's a really fun team to use, honestly, as well. Like Drifblim, that Drifblim set is so unique because it just has a lot of cool moves. I think Will-O-Wisp is like highly underrated. You saw how important it was burning that Garchomp and helping me play from there. Honestly, I was a little bit surprised to see the Z move knock out Drifblim. That was probably like the calc that I was unfamiliar with, so I'm going to have to be a little bit more aware of that in the future. Don't know exactly how bulky Shoma's Drifblim is, so that's probably something I'll plug into a damage calc afterwards. But, yep, it's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry for the lack of uploads over the weekend, and go check out the first episode of the National Gym Choir, which I uploaded yesterday. In addition, don't remember if I mentioned this in the beginning of the episode, but I'll be commentating St. Louis Regionals this weekend. Choosing to commentate instead of playing because I wasn't going to go to attend that regional in the first place, and Pokemon offered to fly me out to commentate, so, you know, obviously I was going to say yes to that. So, hope to meet some of you guys there, but it's going to be it for this one. As always, leave a like if you enjoyed. Go check out Shoma's team and all our other teams, let myself and the top players in the GEICO Invitational used over the weekend in the description below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Alright, peace.